everyone. Thank you for tuning in. This is Relationship Coaching Live. And yes, as usual, I'm wearing different hair because as a cancer survivor, I love to reminisce and just look at all the wigs and hats with hair that I used to have and used to be a blonde. So this is kind of like reminding me of my before cancer adventures, which was a whole completely different reality from what it is now. But anyway, FYI, I have COVID, but I'm taking this fantastic medication. I'm not going to show it because they might ban it. And I am doing much, much better. This is like day 4. Yeah, day 4. So I am feeling fine. So if you're vaccinated, the symptoms are mild, which I am so happy I got vaccinated. I know that's a controversial thing, but you do you, I do me, right? That's the whole point of living in this world. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. And today we are doing our narcissistic abuse series. I'm going to put a banner, healing actually from narcissistic abuse series. Okay, and we were actually doing for this, we were on a journey of how to spot a narcissist and their weapons. Okay. So we're going to focus today on 3 different weapons. The narcissist, as you know, we talked about like love bombing, like having no boundaries, like gaslighting you. We talked about all of that. And today we're going to focus on 3 things. And the first thing, let me share screen, is going to be projecting. Yes, projecting, shifting the blame. And that's what they do. They really do that. So, narcs blame you for their mistakes using DARVO, which is deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender. So, they deny guilt and hurt your credibility. They do. So here it says at the end, you can't see it. Let me take the banner out. It says, stay aware. Okay. So, how do they blame you for their mistakes? And how is that? How does that work? I will speak from experience because that's besides being a relationship coach where, I'm certified and I studied all of this. I also have a lot of experience with this subject, narcissistic abuse. So, um, if they make a mistake, they gaslight you into um, thinking that it was you. Really, it's your fault. I used to say when I was with my ex narcissistic abuser, um, it's always Grace's fault, right? Everything was my fault. And that's true when it comes to narcissistic abuse. They really do project that guilt, and also, well, not the guilt, but the mistakes they make, or whatever you want to call them. They also project. This is a very interesting thing. When they call you names, I find that they're really talking about themselves, right? I heard one time, I don't know where I heard this, and I'm taking it and running with it for you guys. A narcissist's accusation is truly a confession. Oh my gosh, it was so true of the people that I encountered that were NAs, narcissistic abusers, and had NPD, the personality disorder, the narcissistic personality disorder. They were all really, like, you are this and you are that. And it turns out that's exactly who they were. So to me, that was like, wow, they are accusing me of who they are. So remember that. Don't forget that. That's a very interesting thing that they do. And by the way, all these memes that I made, you can see them on Instagram. My Instagram is Grace Fraga Comedian. Okay. And you can also, if you're on my YouTube, you can subscribe to my YouTube if you're not. And I also put all these memes as a series on YouTube. I drop one a day, and on Instagram, I put them as a carousel. So subscribe to my YouTube, The State of Grace Fraga. you get notifications, about the lives and everything that we do. That channel focuses on, um, I call it transformational living, and I'm working on changing the brand of my whole life purpose. And it has stuff about relationship coaching, narcissistic abuse, etc., about surviving cancer. It has a lot about like the quantum field, and how you can improve your life knowing a lot about the quantum field. It also has comedy, which is good for the soul, right? I have characters, I have stand up comedy clips. So subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have a chance. I'd appreciate that. And if you send me a screenshot, I'll send you a free digital gift. So anyway, and also by the way, that's the reason I'm telling you this, is because you can see all these memes, the carousels that I have, and I drop all these, cards, these square memes that I'm showing you here. They're all there on my YouTube and my IG, which is Grace Fraga Comedian. Okay. So subscribe, follow me on IG and subscribe to my YouTube, and you will get all these things. And I post them regularly, really. I might skip a couple of days, but I do post memes regularly, and to help you guys, and put out the information out there, put the information out there so that we can all heal from narcissistic abuse and other things. Like I also post about dating in 2024, more, a little bit lighter stuff. So anyway, neurodiversity, that's another one of the topics that I do on my relationship coaching live, and others. But anyway, going back to this, remember, they project and they shift blame. Do not buy it. Okay. Stay very aware of this trait. So the next the next meme that I am going to share about narcissists' weapons is nitpicking. Oh my God, it's constant criticism. Okay. Normal criticism is like a whole different ball game. um, Normal criticism might be, with a spirit of more loving spirit, might be more constructive. Yes, sometimes your friends like joke around, but it's all in good fun. Now, the narc criticism is there to hurt you. It's a weapon, and it's not coming from love. It comes from feeding their own ego and their own insecurities and making them feel good. They feed off of our emotions. Remember, NPDs feed off your emotions, the negative emotions, not the positive ones. Absolutely not. They don't care about that. They feed off of those, in the sense that the positive ones, that they will use the positive ones to then get you to a negative. Like we talked about last time, the roller coaster of, love bombing, of ups and downs. I love you, I hate you. I love you, I hate you. I love you, you're an idiot. I love you, da 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 da. So that's a very crazy ride. Believe me, I've been there. Whew, my life is so much better, you guys, without narcissists. I am so much better off. And I have no qualms in cutting people out of my life. I don't care if they're family. I don't care if they're my friends for years. If I know that they have this trait and they make my life miserable and they disrupt my peace, they gotta go. That's me. Anyway, let's go back to nitpicking. Okay. So, nitpicking is they pick on appearance, on behavior, on your voice, everything. Okay. It doesn't matter. They will pick on everything. Okay. This is sidebar, fun fact. My ex used to say that my worst flaw is that I was forgiving. Yeah, you heard me. That was my biggest flaw. Okay, moving on. Need I say more? Uh, no, it's not you, honey. It's them. Okay. They will, again, they project all their caca into you, right? It's like, bah, bah, bah. But don't buy it. Stay aware, and always know it's not you, it's them. And this is not with people that are not MPDs. When you're with somebody who is the same as you, on the same vibe, yes, sometimes it's like, I'm sorry I did that, or vice versa. And your friend is like, I'm sorry I did that, or whatever, and you try to make it work. And if something bothers them, you stop doing that, and vice versa. But not this. Honey. This is a whole different ballgame. It's woo, crazy. And I see you guys. There's somebody on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, feel free to comment. Also on X. If you're on X, I can see your comments. Also, I believe, if I don't see them, forgive me. And thank you for joining. Oh, Dave, Vince, hi. Not Dave, Vince. I don't know. I have a Dave that joins all the time. But hi, Vince. So good to see you on Instagram. I can see your comments if you want to make a comment on Instagram. But here it is, the card number 2, nitpicking, constant criticism. Again, it's not you, it's them. Okay. Anyway, let's move on to another card, you guys. Let's go to, and I'm here at One Woman Production. See if you see my eyes shifting. I'm engineering the whole live. So here we have, I'm getting better at like not doing like this all the time. I'm trying, but it's hard. Okay. So, okay, where is it? Oh, okay, hold on. Now, let me get it. I think, let me see, where is it? Projecting. I messed up, my bad. Okay, here it is. Yay. All right. Here we go. Okay, so here I found the card, you guys. Yay! I'm getting better at this. All right, so here it is, and it is shifting blame. Oh, yeah. They make you feel guilty for the abuse they inflict on you. You caused this. You're overreacting. It's almost like the devil made me do it. And I know that when I was with a narcissistic abuser for 3 years and I was madly in love with him, and apparently, allegedly, he was madly in love with me. He was madly in love with me because he could abuse me so beautifully. Um, it was always like everything was my fault. And also, I overreacted. And also, he forgot a lot of stuff. And I thought, well, maybe because he's much older than me. No, honey, he forgot. Quote, I know I hate doing air quotes, but I had to. It just just came out. Um, it's always, your fault. It's you are overreacting. You caused this, like almost like the devil made me do it kind of attitude, and you are the devil. That's what that is about. Don't let them distort your reality. Do not allow them to do that. Okay. I know that when I was with him, I thought I was going nuts. I really thought I was going crazy. And I know that I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people that I've spoken to and I've counseled that did feel like they were losing their minds, and they were not. It wasn't them. And I can tell you that as soon as I left this person, we were living together, as soon as I left the physical space of being with this person, I moved to this apartment where I'm living now. That was like 12 years ago. Yeah, exactly 12 years ago. And when I moved here, I started crying because it was almost like I felt this burden was lifted off my shoulder, because it was all the blaming and the guilt and the feeling, making me feel crazy, and all that just went away. Just not being in his energetic field. I do believe we are electromagnetic beings, and if you're in somebody's electromagnetic field who is an abuser, they kind of suck you in. But now I'm strong enough where they don't suck me in, because I lead with love and kindness, and that makes your electromagnetic field way bigger and protects you. But anyway, that's a whole different episode. We could talk about that. But when I moved here, it was just, oh, the peace. I mean, it was kind of like mixed feelings. Like I missed him because, you love the person, even though they're abusing you, which is so weird to me. And then at the same time, I was like, oh my God, I don't have to put up with that bullshit anymore. I'm so free. The freedom that I felt was just overwhelmingly beautiful. That's the only way I can describe it. So if you are, Dave, Dave, oh my God, Vince, I'm sorry for doing that to you. But if you didn't say what you did in rodent reacted that way. Oh, okay. So I'm sorry for doing that to you, but if you didn't say what you did, I wouldn't have reacted that way. Okay, it was I wouldn't have. Okay, and now I see it. Yes, that's exactly what it is, Vince. I'm sorry for doing that to you. Yes, that's another thing. I love that because you are bringing up something that they do, and it drives me absolutely nuts. Let me take this off the screen. What they do is and my mom was like that. She had BPD, so it was borderline personality disorder, which she wasn't diagnosed, but all my therapists have diagnosed her with that. Um, and when you're BPD, you are in the narcissistic, can be in the narcissistic personality disorder spectrum. So I think it was both things for her. It's, like she used to beat me, like physically. And then I would cry in my room. I'd be crying at night because I felt like I'm a piece of shit. My mom doesn't love me. Why is she beating me up for like the stupidest shit? And then she would come into my room, dude, and she would be like, I'm so sorry. I love you so much. And I would try to hide my tears because I didn't want her to see how much she hurt me. I don't know why. That was my pride as a child. I don't know. Maybe I didn't want to hurt her. I don't know. But she would come and do that. So it was like a roller coaster of I abuse you for something stupid that you did that does not deserve abuse at all. Nothing deserves abuse, period. But, like she would yell at me and beat me up for stupid shit. And then she would come in my room and be like, I'm so sorry. I love you. Like, what? Wait, do you love me? Do you hate me? My ex boyfriend, same thing. He would be like, You're the love of my life. And he was an actor. Someone was like, he was like a robot. I swear to God. Like, you're the love of my life. I love you so much. And, I would die for you. Literal words he said, not only to me, in front of other people. And then he would, if I said something that pissed him off, and it would be the stupidest shit. One time, this is one of many, he threw the dinner plates on the ground because he was so mad at the stupidest shit that I ever said. From one thing to the other. And they keep you, again, on that roller coaster of ups and downs, ups and downs. It's exhausting, you guys. Hashtag this is why I'm single. I don't want to risk getting into a relationship like that anymore. And I know that I have to do my own healing. And for all of those out there, I'm making myself vulnerable to help you out. Um, it's it's just, we can't let the past get in the way of our present, right? Easier said than done, absolutely. I still have a fear of not knowing someone and thinking they're one way and then they're the other. And that's what happens when you're in a narcissistic abusive relationship, because the love bombing presents the nice Joe, let's say, right? That's nice Joe. And then as soon as they got you or they think they got you, they start doing the roller coaster of abuse, right? Ups and downs, ups and downs. And so that is something that just, I felt like it was from one day to the other. They just changed. I was like, oh my God, I screwed up. I was crying. I moved in with him, and literally 3 weeks after he started doing the roller coaster of abuse, I I just had a panic attack, which I was older than in my 20s, and that the last time I had a panic attack was in my 20s. And I had a huge panic attack. I was driving and I had to stop because I kept saying, "What did I do? What did I do?" Because I moved in with somebody who was not who I thought it was. So, for all of those who are afraid to be in a relationship because of what happened to you, it's totally understandable. I feel you and I'm with you. However, I think that and I'm going to cry, I feel like crying because it's like very emotional. We all deserve love. Um, and that type of love of having a partner who supports you and loves you, it's a beautiful type of love if you don't depend on it, obviously, but if it adds to your life. And I think that the fear of having that happen to you, that switch, that betrayal from like nice Joe to asshole Joe, or or nice Mary to Asshole Mary, it is just so strong that we really need to work on conquering that fear. And I do believe that conquering fear is you conquer it with love. And the way I'm living my life, especially after my cancer healing journey, is doing my best to lead with love and kindness, regardless. You can be loving, you can love a narcissist. You don't have to engage with them, you don't have to have them in your life. Universal love will love everybody with no judgment. But again, you don't have to be with them. But love, the universal love, um, the faith, that the trust in the universe or God or whatever you want to call that, you will find that person if that's what you desire. Again, if you don't desire that, that's totally cool, whatever you desire. But if you desire that, I think us who have been abused, we need to conquer that fear and really heal 100% so that we're not afraid to receive love or miss the opportunity to receive that kind of love, which can make your life so much better. I'm fine the way I am right now because I love myself. And I think that's the beginning of wisdom when you love yourself. And, but I'm not closed off to saying, hey, maybe somebody out there will love me the way I want to be loved. So, but anyway, that's my 2 cents of my wisdom from everything I've been through and cancer. Because my boyfriend cancer was a narcissistic abuser because nobody invited that mofo into my body and it was trying to kill me, right? So, hey, yeah. So he taught me a lot too. I'm sorry. I have, by the way, I have COVID, you guys. I think I said it in the beginning. So if I cough a little bit, it's just, whoo, that COVID. But thank God I'm vaccinated because the symptoms were completely mild and I took that medication. If you ever get COVID, I hope not. But if you do, I highly recommend it. If you can take it, obviously prescribed by a doctor, right? It, oh my God, it just, the symptoms are so much better than they were like 3 days ago. But anyway, that was a sidebar. So I try to keep these lives short and sweet. Next Tuesday, let me see what we have. I think I have a guest. I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah, I have a surprise guest. You're going to love this lady. I actually did a comedy show. And, when you do well, people come over to you and they're like, love on you, which is, it's nice. Again, as a performer, I say thank you, but I don't take it to heart because the negative comments, then if you take to heart the positive comments and the negative comments, you will do too. So I'm like, thank you, and let them go. But very, very nice people. It was amazing. It was a private show. A friend of mine invited me. Paid show, lovely. So she actually came up to me and started talking to me, and she's 89, but she looks literally like 60. I'm like, what the hell? It's like, she looks amazing. And if she had any work done, it's not obvious. So anyway, wonderful lady. She was big in the Hollywood arena, and you'll see. I'll leave it as a surprise just to, we'll talk about how it was for her to be in the before Me Too era, to be a woman in the entertainment business. Very interesting. She told me some stories. We talked for like a couple hours after the show. It was fun. And so we became friends, and she's going to be on the podcast. And I'm super excited to have her here. So don't miss next Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. And I'm going to cut it 5 minutes before I usually cut it because I feel the cough. Yeah, because I have the AC on and stuff. Sorry. I don't want to start coughing on you, go in a coughing attack, because let me tell you, my lungs are very dramatic. When I start coughing, they're like, it's almost like Seriously, it's I've always been like that. I don't know why my whole family is like that. It's like it's genetic. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me, for staying. Thank you, Vince, for staying and for your comments. I really appreciate it. You guys, your comments really help the live and help the conversation, because you add, you know, points or things that I'm not mentioning, and then it triggers me to talk about them. So thank you, Vince, for doing that today, and I will see you next Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. with my surprise guest. Yeah, and don't miss this week, Thursday at noon, the Diaz with Rick Overton from The Office and Mrs. Doubtfire, who is our official life coach. The Diaz is an award-winning mockumentary. We won many, many awards, and we are going live with Rick. It's going to be so fun with my girl Stephanie Tejada, who plays Marisa, and I'm Consuelo. So it's going to be so fun. You guys, if you want to laugh and you want to comment on it, it's gonna be a very fun episode, live or episode. Yeah, it's a live episode, I guess. And then on Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific time, I'm looking at my schedule because I have old school schedule, and we're gonna have Brain Babes with Crystal, my co-host, and we're gonna discuss AI, friend or foe, and we just riff. We don't prepare anything. We're just going to go. So please join us because we want to know what you think about AI. It's a fascinating topic, and AI is like taking over real quick. So, friend or foe? We'll find out. We'll discuss it. All right, my loves, I love you. I'm here for you. If you want relationship coaching, please hit me up. I offer 30 minutes. If you watch this live, I'll give you 30 minutes free of relationship coaching. And if you like my relationship coaching, you can continue. If you don't, all good. So hit me up on Instagram, Grace Fraga Comedian, and or Facebook if you're on Facebook. And I will see you next Tuesday. I love you guys, and let me roll the outro. Mwah.